Hi, and welcome to today's edition of InBrandon. Today we're going to talk about the Third Age Learning Cooperative, and with me today I have Johanna Leseho, and she's the organizer of TALK. Welcome, Johanna.
Thank you.
So, what is the Third Age Learning Cooperative?
Okay. Well, the third age stands for those of us who are retired and semi-retired. So first age being young, going to school, dependent individuals. Second age being adults, building family, building careers. And now we're in the third age. So it's not necessarily a specific age, could certainly encompass people of various ages, but we tend to be more senior citizens.
Right, and so you've got some sessions and stuff that you put on?
Yes, so the learning cooperative part of it is, it's like an elder college. And there's a lot of these all over the world. There's either, they go by the name of Elder College or Learning in Retirement or University of the Third Age or things of that nature. Seniors Plus, I think is, they use it some places. Some are connected to universities as like adult education courses. Some are separate. And ours, well, we came up with that name when we were trying to decide what did we want to be called, and that's the name that most of the people liked the most, was the Third Age Learning Cooperative. And the cooperative part is because it's free and volunteer. We hope that many of the participants who come will be offering the presentations, though we're not limited to that. We're bringing people from the community, but it's all volunteer, so that's the cooperative aspect of it. And it's about learning without tests, without without the stress of it, learning for just the joy of learning.
Right. So what type of discussions do you have? What topics are involved with your sessions?
Oh dear, I should have brought the list. So far, we started off with a session on creative aging and retirement. Seemed to be a good one to start with. And then the next session we've had was on mythology, our personal mythology and general mythology. So it's called Past and Present, tuning into the work of Joseph Campbell, who was a strong contributor to the Star Wars shows and all of that. We have in this term someone coming to explain to us about understanding the US election. It should be very good to be able to have some sense of that. The Tao of photography, being a caregiver for people who have dementia, as well as hearing from somebody who is living with mild cognitive impairment and what that experience is like, as well as Trans-Canada One-on-One, which is, I think, about the Dawson Trail, and so our area, the history in this particular area. And we're ending, I'm not sure if I've got everybody in there, but I know that we're ending it in December with Breaking Bread, because we wanted something that, as we go into the holiday season, so some of the specific celebratory breads of different cultures, and we'll go down to the community kitchen on Rosser and learn how to braid breads and get to taste them, things like that.
I just want to point out, though, you say you're going to end with, but it's not the ending. That's just the end of this term.
Yes.
So it is going to continue on.
Yes, I have the winter term all booked in, not quite on the website yet. Some really interesting talks coming up there, and it will just keep going. It's dependent on what people want and who's available in the community. So we've got some of the profs from BU coming to offer information about their latest research or what they know about. We have people within, as I said, our group who will, I think we're starting off the new year with fair trade and social justice, a couple that are part of our group. So it's like totally open. topics that
For
we'll
whoever
be
kind of
addressing.
wants to speak
Yes,
about something
and
that's
who,
of interest to them.
That's right, and we keep asking people who come, like, let us know. What do you want to know? Do you know somebody who, would like to come and present? Yeah, things of that, yeah.
So what made you decide that you wanted to start these types of sessions?
Well, I retired just about 2 years ago, and I was a university professor for a long time. And I thought, great, when I retire, I'm going to be able to take courses and not teach them, because I love to learn. It's very exciting to me to know new things. And so I did take a few university courses, which were good, but I found that it's not really what I wanted. Even though I could audit them and not have to write the papers, the way they're set up, of course, is for a purpose, and it wasn't really my purpose. And so I was really interested in learning things, in smaller segments, of a wide range of interest, and with people of my own age who have life experience to bring to it. And we're an incredible wealth of information and knowledge, those of us who have had a whole life of learning and teaching and contributing in the world.
So where do you see these talk sessions going in the future?
Well, we're starting with the just Friday mornings, and they are 2-hour sessions. Roughly speaking, 45 minutes of a presentation, and then followed by coffee and discussion. So, and depending on what the topic is, it will, go a little differently. So those will be twice a month, the first and third Friday of every month. And then, with time, we'll start building in longer courses. And that's the other thing, that within this framework, we can have it be whatever. It doesn't have to be, a 32-hour course over so many weeks. So it might be one night, it might be 3 nights, it might be a Saturday, it might be a field trip. It can be whatever we want it to be. And we have interest in people who want to go and people who might want to, show us. That's another one that I've scheduled for the summer, which is learning about and walking a labyrinth. So somebody in our group has a labyrinth on their property, which they have cut out from their grass. So we have to wait until the grass grows again. And whoops, there goes my.
We're good.
Okay. And so we'll have that kind of a little field trip out to her labyrinth. We're still good. And so things of that nature.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you're going out, you're looking for funding and grants and all that kind of stuff. We had talked about an interesting thing that you want to do about getting it all online with Zoom.
Yes, that's one of the things. So, well, thank you, because it brought me back to be able to say how much the Brandon University has supported us in this. When I brought the idea forward to the president and to the dean of the Faculty of Education, they were very excited about it, and they wanted to participate and offer things to the community. So they have given us a room to use in the Faculty of Education, as well as some monies for advertising. We have flyers and posters and things like that. And the Dean of Education and myself and Orville Henderson worked on writing a proposal for a grant that's being offered federally through the seniors, can't remember exactly. And so if we get that monies, we will be able to set up within the room equipment that will be effective for people who are hard of hearing, right? So they can better access that. It will have a large screen TV, but also it will give us access to Zoom, which I've just learned about, which is like Skype, where people anywhere can just sign in. It doesn't cost them anything, but it would cost us for the license. And they can sign in, and they can watch us from their home. If they're that isolated and they can't get in, they can watch us. And then on the screen that will be there, there'll be a little box with their face in it, and if they have a question, then they will zoom in and fill the screen, and it's very interactive. So we're hoping, part of doing this is so that, you know, as we get older, it's easy to become isolated, right, from your community, and especially, you know, if you have some problems, either physical or cognitive difficulties, then, you know, you draw in, and we want people to be able to interact, you know, and even if they're at home, to be able to do it in this way, or to come forward to meet new people, to strengthen their cognitive abilities by both social and cognitive interactions. You know, it's one thing to sit at home and do your Sudoku by yourself, but it's just as important to be socially engaged and to, you know, have your ideas and your way of thinking of things challenged. And so so that's what we're hoping. And with the grant, hopefully we'll get it, then that will open us up even wider.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting and important, like you said, for people who can't get out of their homes and stuff, who still want to you know, get involved with this sort of activity and stuff.
Yeah.
So, how can people get hold of your group, of the Third Age Learning Cooperative?
Right. The easiest way is to go online if you have that access. It's www.talc, Third Age Learning Cooperative, Brandon.weebly, right? weebly.com. That's, or they can email directly to talacbrandon@gmail.com, or they could phone, that number I have to look up, 204, of course, 728-3066, and ask for Dave. And they can get more information. They can just show up. There's no registration at this point. You know, there might be when we do the longer sessions, but you know, they can just show up on the Friday morning. We start at 9:30, but you might want to come a little bit early because it's been so popular already. It's really thrilling. It says this was the right timing and people are interested. And so the first session we had, there were 52 people, and the next one there were even more. So luckily, again, Brandon University gave us a bigger room so we could handle all of this. But so come before 9:30 on the first or third Friday of the month and check it out. Check it out. You know, it's free. It's fun.
Well, thank you very much, Johanna, for coming in and letting us know about the Third Age Learning Cooperative, and hopefully people will check out your website and you'll get even more people coming out to your information
sessions. We're going to have to get a bigger room. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.